Hello, my fellow YouTubers. It's the Nerd King, and I hope you're all doing okay. And today I'll be talking about the 10th anniversary of the Clone Wars animated movie back in 2008. Oh, I remember that film back when I was a kid. I finished my first year in high school, and all these trailers were popping up. I just remember I really needed to see this film. I mean, Ventress was in it, Anakin, Obi-Wan, even a new apprentice, Ahsoka Tano. At first I didn't have any interest in going because I thought it was a cash-in. But after seeing so many trailers, I just needed to, see it. And I saw it, and it was okay. I mean, not as big as the TV shows, but for a pilot, it was very good. Now, story. Basically, we focus on the prequel characters, Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, who later become Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader. So this is set during the prequel series. In it, we see that Anakin has been given a new spunky apprentice called Ahsoka Tano. Isn't she awesome? I mean it. I'm thinking back when I first saw her to the last episode of Rebels. Oh, how far she came, and she is so awesome. The movie is a mixture of three or four storylines, showing the traveling and journeys between these new characters and old characters. We see the evil mastermind Dooku manipulate the strings in the Separatists, while Jabba the Hutt's son has been kidnapped by Dooku, and who himself is framing the Jedi in order to get Jabba to join the Separatists. It's up to Ahsoka and Anakin to save Jabba's son while trying to hide under the radar of Jabba's traitorous cousin, the reappearance of Asajj Ventress, and of course Dooku himself. In the end, after some trials and tribulations, they are able to get back to Jabba and explain everything to him, that he was being framed by Dooku and his son was kidnapped by him. So it's a basic plot story. Save the kid, prove your innocence. It's a basicness, but I think that's what it was meant to be, just a basic storyline like all first storylines. Now, for the characters, Anakin, for starters, has been given a very nice redesign in the Clone Wars. He's no longer a whiny brat like he was in the prequels. He's probably more headstrong, nicely calm and more collective than himself. He does have his anger moments, but this one is much better than the prequel version. So I'm glad that they did some re-editing to his character. Obi-Wan Kenobi, I flippin' love Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's just an awesome guy. I like seeing how he's able to trick one of the Separatist journals into letting the clone troops pass through this kind of force field gate. He's just doing his Obi-Wan Kenobi stuff, and it's awesome. We're introduced to the legendary Captain Rex. This was his first debut, and he was awesome. At first, he starts like as just a soldier, following by the book. But over time, you get to see how likable it is and the bromance he has with Anakin and Ahsoka. And speaking of which, Ahsoka Tano, this was her first ever appearance, and I gotta say, it was awesome. I mean, at first, she's the newbie at first. She's a bit shy. She's a little headstrong for more than that's good for her. But you see, she does care, and she just wants to make a good impression. And any scene with her and Anakin is really well done in the show, as they are learning from each other. And you can see why Master Yoda made her Anakin's apprentice instead of Obi-Wan. Anakin learns from her and she learns from him, and she's very much like him with this headstrongness. And over time in the TV show, in Clone Wars and Rebels, we see her grow to this wise old sage force user. And also for the villains, Dooku is just Dooku, really. He's just the mastermind, the puppeteer pulling the strings, and only does things himself when he needs to do it. We introduced Asajj Ventress since her last TV appearance was back in the 2003 show. Seeing her in action was awesome, like how she can do this double blade technique against Obi-Wan. It was pretty cool, and how, dark and violent she could become. She was a pretty nifty villain, and it was awesome to see her reintroduced. We have Jabba's cousin, who I don't know what to make of Jabba's cousin. He's a bit weird, to be honest, and I mean, he's a Hutt, but he's just a weird Hutt. That's all I'm gonna say. The animation was very nicely done. I liked how they did the lightsaber work and the character work, along with the planets. It was just a really lot of work went into this animation, and they would reuse it for the TV serial. So all in all, this movie isn't great, but it's a nice start to introduce fans to the Clone Wars and the characters. I think it could have done better as a TV movie, personally, but other than that, I really did enjoy this film when I was a kid. I liked seeing Ahsoka and being reintroduced to all these characters from the prequels in a better light. And what's great is that this movie would be a catalyst for the great stories we get in the Clone Wars serial. And now we're approaching its 10th anniversary and the season 7, which I'm so excited for. I really want to see how many more stories we can get from these characters, and what more characters lightsaber fights we can get. I really love this TV show. I'm really thankful for this movie for introducing it to us. I have a friend who does all these fan fiction crossovers. He's awesome. That's thanks to Clone Wars. I know a lot of people who say Clone Wars, who really love Clone Wars, who've made lovely music tributes, fan fictions. This is awesome, and it's all thanks to this movie. So Clone Wars 2008 TV movie, thank you. I hope you have a lovely 10th anniversary in general. Clone Wars, you're awesome, and thanks for giving us Ahsoka Tano and Captain Rex. It's awesome. Okay, everyone, that was my review. I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye-bye.